Grenades is rising. Grenades are getting low. According to grenades. Grenades about to blow. Cause tonight for the first time. Explode, explode, explode. For the first time in history. It's gonna start raining grenades. It's raining grenades. Hallelujah, it's raining grenades. Oh man. Grenades, 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 grenades. 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 Yeah, well, that was bad, but hey, welcome to another Call of Duty Experience video. And this time, oh boy, this time we have one of the best. World at War. A gritty and dark representation of war with some really amazing gameplay sections. I honestly think that other games will have to catch up to World at War. So, will it be my favorite game? Well, might be. You have to watch the video to find out. So, let me explain myself.
Dimitri! Ready the flamethrower! They will be the first to burn this day! Fire the flamethrower! Incinerate them!
Well, yes, technically this is part of Black Ops timeline. But it's still a World War II game, so I'm grouping it here. And this might be the best story out of all the games that I've played. Sure, it's not perfect. It does feel a bit too fast in places, like jumping from Stalingrad to the assault on Germany. But man, the vibe and the characters here, Everything feels gritty, just the right balance between the horrors of war and the bravery of those soldiers who fought and laid their lives in the name of, well, free world.
From this moment on, every step we take brings us closer to Berlin, closer to victory, closer to revenge.
I honestly think this is the best representation in World War II in any Call of Duty games. Like, you're not the hero. Time and time, you kill surrendering soldiers or those who are already dying. Did you kill them because it's a video game? Did you do it to show them mercy and end their suffering? Or did you do that because deep down inside, you really enjoy it? And when it's justified, even by a bit, everything is permitted. Right?
Sergeant, they're already bleeding to death.
Then maybe our friend will help them bleed faster.
Burn the wheat fields! There will be no escape! Shoot!
Death comes only two ways. Fast or slow. Dimitri, it is your choice. You should have shot them too. It's only proof that the long hand will suffer.
I will say that coming from Call of Duty 3 and WW2, where a lot of those games were sort of friendlies arguing and not liking each other, I love that we go back to brotherhood and fighting against the evil of Nazis, not amongst each other. Don't get me wrong, a little inner conflict can spice things up. But, as I said before, Nazis do give enough to hate and spice things up.
Because you say nothing. You are strong,
様は強くない。強情なやつめ。
Don't tell him a fucking thing.
米兵どもはみんなこうなのか。二人とも殺せ。
Go to hell.
貴様は強くない。
Miller, you're okay. Thank God. We're gonna make them pay for what they've done.
Fuckers! Grab a rifle. We're gonna tear this.
In fact, I do not know if there will ever be a time where shooting Nazis in first-person video games will not be fun. Like, sure, it seemed that we have our fill at some point, but then the new Wolfenstein came out. And everybody went, hell yeah, brother, let's shoot some Nazis. And also, what's one of the most popular gameplay modes for Call of Duty? Zombies. Yeah, where you kill evil Nazi zombies. You know, and other crazy stuff. You make a video game, you say run around, shoot these guys. Everybody goes, eh. You make a video game, you say run around, shoot these guys. Oh, by the way, they're Nazis. Everybody likes that game. I mean, I'm joking, but like, you know what I mean. What I love is that this game actually uses what Vanguard did in the, you know, right fucking way. Since the side story here is the legend and the motivation that your character Dmitri gives to the Russian soldiers. And all of this is sort of built up by Reznov, singing your praises and telling everyone around you how cool of a dude you are.
I saw this man cheat death time after time at the siege of Stalingrad. As long as he lives, the heart of this army cannot be broken. He makes us all proud.
But do you know the difference between this game and Vanguard? In Vanguard, you, the player, is fed sort of a propaganda about how cool these characters are. But here, you are the legend that is created not to say how cool of a dude you are, but to push soldiers to give them fighting hope, motivation. It's propaganda for the in-game world and not expository text for the player. It feels like what real Russians did. You know, propaganda.
In an effort to kill us, Dmitri. Once again, they failed. Once more, we cheat death. You will be okay. Relax for a few minutes. Breathe deeply.
And again, it's really in the background. You can just attribute it to flavor text, you know, here and there. But throughout the game, all of your build-up escalates to this. One of the best endings in Call of Duty franchise. The brutality of Reznov, the fear you can see in the goddamn Nazi's face, and the fact that you had to be the one to put the flag. Not only from the, oh, it's a video game perspective and you're the main character. It needed to create this legend, this propaganda of Dmitri, and you had to be the one to put the flag, even if you're dying at the moment.
As long as you live, the heart of this army can never be broken.
Once you create your heroes, the common man will follow them to hell.
Return to Russia's embrace.
But to add to all of this propaganda and legend and side story, there's another thing I love. Is this guy. You might say, wait, who the fuck is this guy? Well, he's sort of a third story in this game.
Read this. If you lack the stomach to kill for your country, at least show me that you are willing to die for it.
Being the philosophical opposite of Reznov's propaganda. Since, remember that whole propaganda stuff I mentioned? Well, while Reznov is like a bloodthirsty dog that seemingly wants to destroy everything, the actual eyes from who we should see this conflict is this guy. Yeah, this guy. During missions, you can sometimes hear him give sort of a voice of reasoning for what is happening.
Turn up! I am not hearing gunshots.
There is no point, Sergeant. They are already bleeding to death.
Then maybe our friend will help them bleed faster.
Wait! He may help us! He can die for us! Mudak!
Especially when you have the options to burn those Nazis alive. And there are a few of these moments where he obviously shows that maybe we should not kill innocent people or surrendering soldiers or soldiers that can't even fight back. You know, maybe that would be a human thing to do.
This is not war! This is murder!
This is how you end a war, Chernov!
This is
Get inside!
But not even that he's just like a side story, a side joke, right? No, he is the one giving the narrative for the final mission. Okay, you want to know something cooler? Maybe you're like me. Maybe you have played this game like 4 times and not realized that the ending narration actually reflects your actions in the game.
April 30th, 1945. When he first spoke of Dmitri, Reznov told tales of a hero. Someone we should all aspire to be like. His merciless brutality defines him only as a savage. Just like the rest of the Red Army. He is no hero.
Reznov, of course, loves you. But in reality, well, in my case, the only thing he could say is that I'm sort of a monster. And I mean, I kinda get it, since, you know. And man, ending the game with a freaking drop of a nuclear bomb, well, it does really send a certain statement, especially after all the horrors we went through. I don't know, maybe there needs to be bigger evil to stop the current one? But it's probably just us, turning the doomsday clock one small part closer to midnight. From the story, vibe, and bombastic butt-clenching moments, this might be my favorite opening to any Call of Duty game. Here is a tutorial in the middle of this exploding, burning Japanese camp, while you just witnessed your fellow soldiers being executed, and oh, you're also getting shredded from all sides. Yeah, have fun.
You like that, you piece of shit?
Just the way I like it.
Take out that MG!
I can't get a clear shot!
Then shoot through the damn water!
So, okay, I really wanted to talk about the veteran difficulty. because this game is sort of known for its veteran difficulty, and it's like kind of insane, right? And I don't know, I don't want to sound like I'm kind of tooting my own horn, but it felt way more easier than I remembered. Maybe it's due to replaying all of the old Call of Duty games that, had some similar bullshit. Maybe I was just stupid back then. But I was sort of surprised how quickly I passed certain sections.
Reloading!
Like the stairs, right? Holy shit, dude. I remember the stairs being so frustrating. Just grenades and non-stop spawning enemies from all sides, killing you nearly instantly. I remember just my hands sweaty, yelling at my PC, being like, no, how can I beat this? But this time, I think I died a total of 3 times. And 2 of them was like, oh, I got a checkpoint, so I can be cocky now, and then get killed. Okay, so what's happening? Am I better at the game? Well, I think I actually realized it. This game does not feature infinite spawning enemies. Or at least does not feature them in most places where I was expecting them to, non-stop. So I realized that most of my gameplay back then was me just going Rambo style. Not really like giving attention to my squad, but I sort of noticed one thing. You're always with a squad, and also they can sort of hold on their own. So I thought, okay, these stairs, what if I kill and kill and kill and kill enemies? And you know what? My guys actually start moving further and further. And at certain point, I realized that there's basically no more enemies coming out because my guys sort of taken over everything. This honestly changed the game for me, like entirely. Because now I understand that most of my frustrations were due to the fact that I kept pushing first and trying to get to the objective as soon as possible, instead of taking my time killing enemies and allowing my squad to move, then moving with them. I don't know, it's very weird. I was expecting way more challenge at the last part, and it's still difficult, yes. But like, I think I was playing the game wrong. Like, as stupid as that sounds, but I think I just needed to relearn the game. Okay, I have not tested that there is no infinite spawning enemies. But every time I would kill a lot of enemies, my guys just would move on. I don't know. So just fire up the game in veteran mode and just try to kill as much enemies in one place where you think that they're, infinite. And of course, leave a comment down below because I need some engagement. Man, I think that if you remove most of the grenade spam, this would probably be kind of okay, normal difficulty game. But now, once I sort of understand how to play it, everyone I watch online just keeps running like a madman and then being like, huh, I got shot when I ran into 5 enemies head on. Weird. Difficult game. I'm not bragging or saying I'm a better player. In fact, I'm definitely worse. Like, whoa, trust me, I'm definitely worse. But like, it's just so weird. I wanted to talk about it. Okay. Another thing I needed to relearn is the sniper battle.
Sniper! Get inside now!
It's probably the most well-known place in this game. And the most annoying. Yeah, oh boy, it's annoying. Mainly due to the fact that Reznov sort of gives a bit of confusing information.
I cannot risk it again. It's up to you to find him now. Stay out of the light. If he fires.
And the fact that you take 1 shot while the sniper takes, get fucking ready, 3 shots! Yeah! Apparently, either you're such a shit sniper, or the guy is wearing some sort of, I don't know, freaking nanosuits. But oh boy, it's fun.
Different position. I spotted you. Bravo! You only wounded him!
That is, unless you start timing him. And not scoping in. Look, I got pissed off and really tired at this section. So I decided, you know what? Let's drink a beer. And after that beer, I had a magnificent plan. And literally, the first time I tried it, I won. So how it works is that you go to this left window. Then you stare at the building, the whole building, without zooming in. You want to catch a glimpse of movement. Once you see the sniper move, duck immediately. Hear the shot. Zoom in to the next window that the sniper will move to. Count to around 10, 11, right? And shoot immediately.
Yeah, you just grazed him! Wounded him! 3rd floor, right side.
Even if he's not out as you shoot, your shot will register. And if you manage to duck in time, congratulations. That's 1 hit. Then repeat the process. Watching out for this decoy that he does 4 times. But honestly, if he does that, just wait for fakes. And then you can easily shoot him because you know where he is. It's kind of weird now because I'm thinking like, wait, what was I doing in the previous times? What was my plan? Right? Just hope it works. But now, actually knowing where he is, luring his shots, and then timing his cover exit feels exactly how this fight was, planned to be. And all those ways how you beat this game with some weird glitches or some luck is more or less just brute force approaches.
Good hunting! The patrols will surely have heard those shots. We need to get moving.
Again, I do want to stress that there are still some holy fuck what is happening parts in this game, where I'm not gonna lie, I was about to ready to throw my PC out of the window. This definitely have some bullshittery. The grenades sometimes can go to comical degree, where 3 enemies will throw 8 grenades seemingly into their own ranks. Like, grenades just go everywhere. Also, am I the only one thinking that for some reasons the enemies can throw grenades way further than you? In some sections, I swear I was at a safe distance, like I could not throw grenades at the enemy. But here I am, receiving a grenade right at my feet.
Germans hang their cowards from trees. Make sure you keep all of that fire turned up. Keep fire on that building.
Also, the Japanese levels do have a bit of a trial and run to it, since there are tons of traps and some hidden enemies can spring out of their hiding holes even though your guys move through it like they are waiting specifically for you. Once you learn those placements, it becomes easy. But the first time, it can feel like a shit show. But I honestly really like the use of traps and tree snipers. Like, what do you know most about this specific front in World War II? Probably the traps and PTSD they induced in soldiers. Naturally, the game wants to induce the same fear of trees in you. And I think it does a good job, since in a few places, I was kind of paranoid just shooting trees. Another thing. There are sort of exceptions to enemies' actions. What do I mean by that? Well, sometimes you will shoot 4 guys coming from the same place who all just run into same cover. No shooting, just running into cover. But then the 5th one will start shooting immediately as he sees you. So even if you have a good position, to cover and try to abuse enemies, the game likes to throw in a wrench to keep you on your toes. Or maybe I'm going insane. Alright, so the tank mission. I have a bit of mixed feelings about this. On one hand, it looks really good. The explosions, the fire.
Get moving! German armor! Straight ahead!
Sorry. And your tank does have regenerating health. But on the other hand, there are sections where your guys seem to do jack shit. And you keep getting hit from all sides without actually getting good information on what's where. How far your shots will go is also kind of wonky sometimes, so you sort of end up standing far aside, taking pot shots at everything that moves, instead of feeling like, one big massive tank push. Sure, it probably does feel like that on easy, where you can take 1 guerrillion shots and still be alive, but I think that on veteran, it would be cool to have your comrades do more things instead of basically nothing. What I love and what I think a lot of modern Call of Duty games sort of forgets are 2 simple things: shotguns and flamethrowers. And I'm happy to say that World at War not only has good versions of these guns, that are fun to use, but it also creates maps where you can really utilize the pros of each weapon.
Fire in the hole! Miller!
They were just waiting for us!
Now, flamethrower is pretty self-explanatory. I just love to watch things burn. Burn, burn, motherfucker. Sorry. But the shotgun works like a real shotgun. What do I mean by this? Well, when in some games the shotgun deals 0 damage if the enemy is 5 feet away from you, and then deals massive damage if he's 4 feet away from you? Well, yeah, that's kind of bullshit, right? This shotgun deals damage where you point it. Sure, it might not be as effective at that range, but it's still effective. Really, really great shotgun. What about checkpoints? Well, most of them are great. Missions don't have too many moments where I was like, questioning my sanity for the time I will have to replay if I die. But while overall checkpoints are great, I will have to say that they can trigger in the worst fucking moment. Like here. How about me holding a rocket launcher as there is an active grenade at my feet and 2 enemies right in front of me? Oh yeah, that's some good stuff.
Grenade! They're coming this way! They're closing in!
So why the hell do we get so many grenades in this game? There has to be a reason, there has to be an explanation, right? Like everybody is making memes about grenades in this game. So why? Well, I think I kinda understand what they were going with this. You see, with regenerating health, it's not that difficult to find a spot to take buck shots and breeze through the entire game. I think the idea was that veteran was too easy to abuse or find a camping spot or whatever, right? And if you throw 1 grenade every few minutes, there is a large chance that the player will just throw it back. It's not that difficult. So they decided, fuck it, let's throw 10 grenades at the same time. And what will you do next? You will die. That's it. Honestly, like I'm not even joking with you. I think most of my deaths in this game was me either dying from a grenade or running to reposition and then getting shot. Let's end the gameplay section with the cherry on the cake, the plane mission. If you have watched any of my videos, you know that I'm a little bitch for plane missions. Like, oh dude, you give me a plane mission? Boy, I'm doing things.
Open fire! Keep it up! Whoa! See that shit blow? Good job, Rock! Get on the rear gun! Take an MG fire on our 6!
So these plane sections not only change the gameplay, but the whole feel of the game. Even if they are in essence just on-rail turn sections. What's the biggest boner-inducing moment in this mission for me is that you not only fight in the sky, but on the freaking water. Seeing the destruction that kamikaze pilots did inflict on American soldiers, whoo, wow, that's some powerful stuff.
2 o'clock! High! 0 down! Seek those damn PT boats before they rip up into shreds!
And I'm sorry, did you give me an option to save fellow soldiers in our aircraft? Oh boy, wow, oh wow, I'm like, whew. The chaos, the tone, the challenge, all of it was perfect.
Heavy fire from enemy aircraft. Requesting immediate support. Nothing on the radio.
Keep trying! We better play they show up!
But if I have to play the devil's advocate, I will say that the option to freely move through the plane and admire the damage dealt in the previous games felt a bit cooler. This section is really detailed and dynamic, but in those previous games, I really felt like my plane was getting torn apart. Especially when they give the choice to you which gun you want to use to defend the plane. That's so cool.
They don't tear up any of our short-range fighters. Hey, how come he gets all the fun? What's your whining, Sergeant Blue? Crew check in before the lieutenant's commentary saps the rest of our morale.
We got zeros coming in fast! Up as best you can. Okay, taking her up. How'd we do?
Luck did pretty good. We got 4.
Okay.
I love the video and audio presentation in World at War. The grittiness of it, the tone, the respect to the real battles, while still having a big focus on crazy bombastic moments. The other thing I love is the ragdoll physics. How enemies get their arms or legs torn apart, how they act when you set them on fire. Man, this is pretty fun war crime simulator.
Damn, Dimitri! Keep covering fire to our comrades below! I'm on this target! Move it!
Also, from a video editor's perspective, I know I'm a shit editor, but shut up. This is just very clean. Not too over animated, not too much information, not too many effects. Gritty, simple, yet smooth and engaging. I really dig the visual style of World at War.
The city, our enemies' defeat and humiliation will be beyond question. Our vengeance will be complete.
Well, I would also like to tell you a story about my friend Footy, the cut off foot, that became sentient and ultimately became my friend. You see, there I was, killing enemies, fearing for my life, trying not to get shot in the dick, when I noticed something magical. You see, one of my friends died, but while his soul left his body, it did not leave his foot, and it became sentient. It whispered to me about the beauty of life, why there must be suffering for us to grow. We danced, and for a moment, I forgot about the brutality of war. For a moment, the screams of my brothers dying in the distance were drowned out by the sweet melody of hope. Hope that one day I can be as free as this foot. That one day I can be what I want to be. Oh, right. Well, see you, footy. Okay. So, Final Fronts and Finest Hour, and even World at War on the DS. I'm sorry, you had great soundtracks, amazing even. But, oh god, World at War soundtrack is like Jesus coming in my ear. I'm not even being hyperbolic. It's perfect. I never thought that I needed rock/metal tracks in my Call of Duty game. But goddammit, I needed it.
We got them! They're right on us! Find cover! Hit them hard!
And it's not like the soundtrack is just rock and kill all the time. It has some goosebump-inducing choir moments where I was really hard. I mean, the game was hard. Whatever. It managed to keep the right tone when needed, being experimental when it could, and just offering some truly haunting tracks while still not forgetting to kick in the action at the right moment. Also, listen to the menu music. You know you're in for a different experience when the menu sounds like this. Another thing I really like is the voice acting. Both Reznov and Roebuck have super unique and memorable voices that really gives the flavor to this whole experience.
Shadows like a rat. This place once echoed with conversations of friends and lovers. No longer. Mark my words, comrade. One day things will change. We will take the fight to their land, to their people, to their blood.
But the thing is, I don't believe there is any subpar performance here. Even the extras or enemies shouting have this great quality to it, fitting perfectly into this dark and gritty world.
With your bayonets! With your bare hands! Do the same to their wretched soldiers!
finally, this sound design. Wow, this is top notch. This scene, god damn it. For a moment, I really thought a bird flew past me, and the rumbling of the tank passing by. Whew, honestly, top-notch sound design. And this applies to the rest of the game. Guns feel weighty, explosions sound powerful, and the chaos mixes well enough when there are very little quiet moments. But even in the chaos, you still can understand what is happening around you just through sound.
There's another one up ahead. Clear it out so our tanks can move up.
While technically compared to the newer games like Vanguard, this does feel its age, sure, absolutely. But for the time it was released, from music, visuals, and sound effect aspect, it was a masterpiece.
So will their wretched ride.
So thanks for watching another Call of Duty experience video. And did I know from the very start that World at War will be the best one? Yeah, maybe I did. Maybe I did. But you can't blame me. This game has ugly, dirty war with just enough character development to make you care about these people and the bloody war itself. The music. My god, the music. NPCs dying left and right. God damn, I'm getting hard just by talking about this. Yeah, but in all seriousness, I think that this game manages to strike a perfect balance between action, gut-wrenching depictions of war, and maybe, just maybe, there's a bit more of a story hidden under the point-and-shoot bad guys deal. There is really no question, World at War jumps straight to the top of my rankings. But is it going to be number one? Well, you'll have to subscribe, since all will be revealed in my ranking video. I just need to finish one more game, just one more World at War, this time for DS, and the World War II era Call of Duty games will be over. Whew, so yeah, keep an eye for my next video, and I'll see you next time.